interesting to me to fly in southern waters rather than in the north.
Newly unsealed documents are shedding some new light on a long mystery, the disappearance of Amelia Earhart.
They all revolve around the famous aviator's last flight.
For nearly 90 years, the mystery of Amelia Earhart's disappearance has intrigued many people. Did she disappear at sea? Did she crash on a remote island? For decades, the world has shared theories and examined clues, rumors, and photos. Now, after 88 years, new evidence indicates that her Lockheed Electra might have finally been found. Get ready, because today we could uncover details about her lost final trip that may soon come to light. From mystery to discovery. It's been 88 years since Amelia Earhart vanished, and her story continues to captivate people.
She embarks on her quest to become the first woman to fly around the world.
Many wonder what truly happened to her. Did her plane crash in an uncharted area? On the other hand, was there something more extraordinary involved? Over the years, numerous theories have surfaced, ranging from her getting lost at sea to landing on a remote island. Despite all the speculation, the truth remained out of reach, until now. Recently, Nicomaroro Island in the Western Pacific has once again caught people's attention. Some researchers found what they call the Taraya object in new satellite images of its lagoon. This strange shape in the shallow water looks like a plane wreck, with parts resembling the aircraft's body and tail.
A professor thinks he finally discovered what happened to the pioneering pilot who vanished back in 1937.
History buffs and aviation enthusiasts are excited about the possibility that this could be related to Earhart's plane. Interestingly, this same odd shape appeared in old aerial photos from 1938. These faded black and white pictures have puzzled many for years. Now, with improved technology, researchers see a precise match between the old and new images. This makes it more likely that this is Earhart's Lockheed Electra. In November, a team of 16 from Purdue University will travel to the island to perform an investigation. They will use sonar equipment, underwater cameras, and digging tools. The mission won't be easy. Nicomaroro is remote, the water is shallow but unpredictable, and years of harsh weather and coral growth might have concealed the wreckage. However, the team remains hopeful. What makes this search different is its thoroughness. Earlier searches often relied on limited funding or instinct. This time, the team combines historical research, satellite imagery, and ocean current simulations to pinpoint a possible location. This approach mixes traditional detective work with modern technology, giving a sense that they might make a discovery. News of this discovery has sparked conversations worldwide, even before the team arrives. Imagine a lost plane resting in a remote lagoon for nearly 90 years. Aviation enthusiasts and history buffs are excited. What if they find personal belongings, wreckage fragments, or clues about Earhart's final moments? Experts are cautious and won't declare a breakthrough until they investigate the site. The object could be debris from another wreck or a natural formation that resembles a plane. Still, it's fascinating to consider. Mysteries like this rarely present themselves, especially ones that seem close to being solved. Earhart's story has always been a compelling mystery. With advanced technology, careful investigation, and a bit of luck, we might finally uncover the truth. It's no longer just a question of what happened to her, but also what secrets we might learn when we find the plane. The first challenge is locating a plane that has been missing in the Pacific for nearly a century. The hunt for the Electra. The team heading to Nicomaroro Island is well prepared for its investigation. They will use sonar mapping to scan the lagoon floor for hidden shapes. Underwater cameras and remote-controlled vehicles, ROVs, will help them explore carefully without damaging fragile sites. On land, archaeologists will search the beaches for any objects that may have washed ashore or been left behind long ago. Even small items, like a piece of metal, a scrap of rubber, or a faded tire mark in the dirt, can offer important clues. This effort involves more than just using technology. The team has spent years studying old maps, vintage photos, and stories from local people. They have calculated ocean currents to predict where objects might have drifted and examined weather logs to understand how storms have changed the island. This process requires sharp thinking and careful observation. Modern technology lets them test old theories. For example, they can compare satellite images with photos from the 1930s to spot areas that earlier teams might have missed. Details like the shape of the lagoon floor or the placement of coral can lead to important discoveries. It's like assembling a giant 3D puzzle that's been waiting nearly 100 years. However, this work is challenging. The island is remote, the terrain is rugged, and nature has concealed many things over the decades. Fish, shifting sands, and growing coral make it hard to find items. This is why careful, methodical work is essential. Each dive and observation needs to be precise, or they might miss a crucial piece of history. Despite these challenges, the search remains thrilling. It blends elements of science, adventure, and history. They are not just hunting for a piece of metal, they are revealing the story of an extraordinary woman and her final journey. Using modern tools, historical knowledge, and practical skills, they have a real chance of cracking this mystery. Chasing the Electra is about linking the past with the present and demonstrating that, with the right tools and a bit of luck, hidden treasures from history can be uncovered. Amelia. A force, a legend. Before we explore the mystery of her lost plane, let's think about Amelia Earhart, the woman behind it all. She was more than just a pilot. She was a trailblazer and a celebrity. Amelia challenged societal expectations and pushed boundaries, soaring through the skies. Born in 1897 in Kansas, Amelia was adventurous and curious from a young age. She sought excitement, loved learning, and wasn't afraid to challenge the norm. By 1923, when she earned her pilot's license, she had already shown remarkable talent. For her, flying was more than a hobby. It was a way to demonstrate that women could conquer the skies as well. Her achievements are remarkable. She set records for altitude, speed, and distance, and in 1932 she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. However, Amelia did not stop there. She wrote books, gave lectures, and supported women in aviation. With her engaging personality, she made flying more relatable and accessible. She wasn't just chasing fame, she was paving the way for future generations of dreamers. Despite her fame, Amelia had a playful side. She liked jokes and friendly teasing, and her lively spirit attracted others. She was daring yet practical, cautious, and perceptive on her journeys. She had big dreams, but like everyone, she faced doubts and wanted to explore. Her time at Purdue University adds another chapter to her story. As a teacher, she motivated young women to pursue careers in aviation and to face challenges head-on. Her remarkable flying records often overshadow this mentoring role, but they demonstrate her desire to inspire others and leave a lasting legacy. When she disappeared, the world was shocked. It wasn't just about a plane going missing. It was about a woman with an unmatched spirit who captured hearts. Her final flight reflected her fearless nature, daring, spirited, and unforgettable. Amelia Earhart was a true pioneer, brave, curious, and constantly exploring the unknown. The search for her plane is captivating, but her story, courage, and determination still inspire people nearly 100 years later. So, how could a legendary pilot like her disappear without a trace? The final flight. On July 2, 1937, Amelia Earhart started another leg of her attempt to fly around the world. She and her navigator, Fred Noonan, had already flown thousands of miles, testing the limits of what people and aircraft could do at that time. Their next stop was Howland Island, a tiny dot in the Pacific Ocean, too small for a proper runway, but vital for refueling. Over time, issues started to appear. Earhart's radio calls grew more frantic and less clear. She kept saying she couldn't locate the island, and poor communication only heightened the tension. Despite their thorough planning, factors such as shifting winds, strong currents, and outdated navigation tools made the situation more difficult. Listeners nationwide could hear the stress in her voice, causing widespread worry. When Earhart and Noonan failed to arrive at Howland, the US government quickly took action. The Navy and Coast Guard launched what was then the most extensive search operation ever, covering thousands of square miles of ocean. Boats and aircraft searched non-stop, but they found nothing. No sign of the Electra, no clues. The world was stunned. a famous pilot, celebrated for her courage and innovation, seemed to have vanished. The media intensified the drama of the situation. Headlines shouted, "Where's Amelia Earhart?" and "Lost in the Pacific," while radio programs relayed every detail of the ongoing search and all rumors that surfaced. People everywhere came up with theories. Did she crash? Was she stranded on an uncharted island? Was it sabotage? Family, fans, and fellow pilots hung on every update as the uncertainty turned into widespread concern. Behind the scenes, officials and pilots discussed what might have happened. Was it a navigation error? Engine failure? On the other hand, was Howland Island simply too hard to find? Noonan was an experienced navigator, but the vastness of the Pacific and the unreliable radios of the 1930s could confuse anyone. They evaluated every piece of information, but couldn't find the answers. Earhart's disappearance deeply moved many people. She represented progress and breaking barriers. Losing someone like her was heartbreaking and sparked feelings of awe and sadness. Her determination, combined with human errors and nature's unpredictability, created a story that almost seemed mythical. Still, hope persisted for a positive outcome. That day held suspense, doubt, and grabbed the world's attention. It became one of the biggest mysteries of the 20th century, a clash of dreams and the ocean's vastness, leaving everyone looking toward the horizon, hoping for answers about Amelia Earhart. If searchers find anything, will those discoveries tell us what truly happened? If the wreckage could talk. Imagine this. The expedition proceeds smoothly. The team lands on Nicomaroro, enters the lagoon, and unexpectedly finds the Electra, waiting after all these years. What's next? Besides the thrill of discovering it, what might this old plane uncover? A lot, actually. First, let's discuss the plane itself. The Electra wasn't an ordinary aircraft. It was built for long-distance flights, equipped with extra fuel tanks, advanced navigation systems, and cutting-edge communication devices for its era. Studying it could give historians insights into 1930s aircraft design, the challenges pilots faced, and how Earhart customized her plane for her daring journeys. Small details, like the placement of dials, marks on the control yoke, or dents from a rough landing, might reveal clues about her final flight. Next, we should examine those last moments. Fragments of cloth, crumpled aluminum, or cabin debris could reveal what happened. Did the plane land safely, or did it break apart mid-flight? The wreckage might show the timeline. Her navigation issues, attempts to find a safe landing spot, whether she survived for a while, and how she managed. Each piece of debris could offer insight into her experience. This discovery would also change how we study history today. Experts focus on provenance, which means tracking the origins and details of evidence, and this wreck is a perfect example. By taking photos, creating 3D scans, and carefully examining each part, researchers can connect us to Earhart's era. It's like a time machine, allowing us to experience her equipment and understand her choices. Moreover, let's not forget the personal side. Finding items related to her could make the legend seem more real. A piece of the frame, a compass casing, or a gear from her kit would offer tangible proof, connecting the story to actual history. Though Amelia's plane disappeared, the desire to find it remains strong. Thanks to Purdue University and many others around the world, the effort to locate her continues. The search that never stopped. If you've ever wondered why people remain captivated by Amelia Earhart's disappearance, it's because of the numerous searches and theories that have surfaced since 1937. When her plane disappeared from the radar, many wanted to keep her story alive. Over the years, people have conducted searches, debates, and discussions that continue to this day. After she disappeared, the US Navy and Coast Guard launched a massive search around Howland Island, her last planned stop for fuel. They covered thousands of square miles but found nothing. At that time, given the technology and resources available, the vast Pacific Ocean made it easy for something to go missing. Even an experienced searcher might overlook a plane wreck floating in the waves or hidden on a distant island. Over time, amateur historians, aviation enthusiasts, and locals began exploring theories that officials had overlooked. Some pointed to a possible crash on Gardner Island, now known as Nicomaroro, sharing stories of debris and strange discoveries. Others proposed more unusual ideas, like her being captured by spies or ending up on an unknown island. While many theories seemed far-fetched, they fueled further serious investigations. Over the years, people examined various clues, pieces of metal, broken radio parts, and even shoe fragments, but none were definitively linked to Earhart. Old photos from the 1930s showing odd shapes in lagoons or on beaches drew attention from amateur sleuths. Each new piece of evidence, no matter how small, received intense scrutiny. Some skeptics dismissed these findings, while others believed they could lead to answers if someone looked more deeply. Advances in technology changed the game. With sonar technology, satellite images, and computer simulations, modern searchers have tools that past searchers could only dream of. This helped researchers identify something called the Terraia object, which earlier teams might have missed. What's interesting about these searches is the determination of those involved. Many were ordinary people or professors driven by an intense instinct. They traveled to remote islands, faced rough seas, and spent years trying to solve a mystery that seemed lost. Their passion for the search reflects Earhart's spirit and our human desire to explore the unknown. Nearly 90 years later, the search continues with the same mix of hope and curiosity. Each new clue, tool, and field investigation adds another chapter to a story that continues to capture our imagination. With new satellite insights and upcoming dives, we might be close to uncovering one of the 20th century's biggest mysteries. The quest for answers? It's ongoing. Stay tuned and subscribe. You won't want to miss what comes next. We are excited to start looking for Amelia Earhart's Lockheed Electra. Each clue helps us get closer to solving the mystery of her disappearance. This journey aims to find a lost plane and complete a story that many people care about. Our team on Nicomaroro Island will use new technology and strong determination to uncover what happened to Amelia. Whether we find her final resting place or create new theories, this investigation shows our commitment to discovery. Stay updated on our progress and celebrate Amelia Earhart's legacy. Subscribe now to join us on this exciting journey through history.